All right, hello everybody. Welcome back. We're doing another VOD review. This time we have a Plat Emma. So they're doing solo queue. They typically don't play Emma, but this is a game where I felt like I don't know what else I could have done. We got stalled after not pushing the advantage, and I don't know what else I could have done to improve my team's chances of success. Any tips to improve would be much appreciated. All right. So, for reference, Emma is probably my highest rated character. So let's see what we can do. Let's check out your team. First of all, you're solo tanking. So let's take that into consideration, not be too aggressive. And we can't hard peel or hard do anything because we're solo tanking. Second, let's look at our DPS. We have Moon Knight and Punisher. Pretty solid for Frontline. You're not going to have anybody diving. So if you're going to do it, you got to be the one to do it. You got to be the one to push forward. And then we have triple support. You have Jeff, Ultron, and Invis. So that's big healing. A lot of stuff to do. Let's see. Why did I just hear a cat? Okay, I don't mind this. I think it's fine. And it's amazing that you secured the kill. But I hope now there's an understanding. You have 18 seconds without diamond form. So you can't push too hard. I love that we're using E quickly. Oh, and they have an Angela. Use your shield. Pop your shield right here. If you pop your shield right here, you cut off their healing. That's something you can be aggressive with, is Emma's shield. Oh, good. Nice. Now, yeah, now just push. Push, push, push. Keep going. Oh, I don't like this. Now, we don't want to use diamond form without a target. Something specific in mind. Like, it's a long cooldown. Damn, you guys are just like walked over. Good stuff. Okay, they switched it up. Now they're on Emma Mag. I do not have a cat thing. I love your positioning. This is good. Good stuff. Oh, keep it up. You need to use E more. There you go. Yeah, so you need to use E on cooldown as often as you possibly can because you're going to charge her ult insanely fast and you're going to force out cooldowns from the enemy supports. So this is what I was talking about. You can't be too aggressive. You can't be too aggressive. Your whole team is back here and you don't have the drone on you, I believe. So here, I love this. I love that you're being aggressive. But right here, there should be there should be a line in your head of where your supports can and can't see you. And so right now I'm thinking they can't see me past here, so maybe I'll stop here. And then the other thing is you can test it with your health bar, right? So if you look at your health bar before this, it's going down and going back up, right? The second you walk past this wall, it goes down and it doesn't go back up. So you got to be thinking in your head, oh no, I've stepped out of help. So I'm thinking like, all right, I'm going to pop my shield up. I might even use diamond form just to get back around this corner. Yeah, they were 5-manning cart. I thought they were walking up. Right, it's hard as a tank because you don't have the luxury of standing behind and seeing your whole team like you do as a support. If you're a tank, you have to use like other cues. So I always say like use the health bar and draw a line. Those are like the two things. So understand like my supports are here. The line should be between this wall and over here, right? Let's see. So E, yeah. I never made the full Emma guide. I need to do that. There you go. Okay, so now that we're aware, now let's point out areas like the rest of the map. For the rest of the game, I'm going to point out areas where the line should be that you shouldn't cross. And we're going to point out our health bar. So right now, line is still in the same spot. Right here. Can't cross it this way. Can kind of cross it this way because you have cover and a health pack and you can like come back around. But understand that if you get chased, you're most likely going to die. Okay, they have a support ult. Now the line is back where the support ult is, because your supports can no longer see you, right? So back up, back up. There you go. Good, good use of diamond form. E, nice. Push. Put out a shield. Push, push. It's go time. So when there's a threat as big as Punisher ult, you can get away with so much. You can like straight up walk forward and go crazy. Kick him in, kick him in, kick him in. Okay, bubble, that's fine. Oh, I don't like the salt. Moon Knight kind of bails you out, but yeah, your ult. So, since you're here, Arctic, what do you think of your ult? Like, how do you go about, like, approaching when you should ult and what you're trying to do? Also, while we're talking about that, the line has just changed again. The line now is like here-ish. So you don't want to push this way. This is like one of the weird maps where it actually like rotates. Right? Oh shoot, I'm getting a phone call. This is one of the weird maps where it like rotates. So now this is actually your safe area and you don't want to back up down here. You want to back up this way. Very strange map. Yeah, I probably should have taken the call. Well, with MO, I'm not 100% sure. I just try to ult their backline as quickly as possible, or if I can't, then I try to get big threats. Okay, that's not horrible. I think, in order to put it in different words, what I like to do is use Emma's ult to try to bait out. You try to bait out an enemy support ult. If I can trade one tank ult, like Emma ult, for one support ult, that's a win. So that's definitely like one good way. And then I like that you said like you try to get big threats. So like if there's a Star-Lord ulting, that's another perfect time. You can also use it to like give your team some momentum. So like, oh, they're pushing, they have an ult going, like I can counter ult with Emma to try to like slow them down a little bit and give us some time. Uh-oh. Oh, find your safe spot. Yeah. So remember when I talked about earlier? This is what I said, like on this map specifically, it's weird because the second the payload gets to this set of stairs, it switches from this being safe to now this is not safe and this is safe. It's also weird because they're actually taking the high ground. So this is a strange fight. But they're taking the high ground because you guys didn't contest it earlier. So right here, I'm like, okay, we push it, they pass the stairs. They're not pushing here, so I'm immediately going to come over here. Unfortunately, you also have a magical going on. It's like I don't really blame you for that, but so this is like the problem that I talk about a lot of like solo tanking when you have to peel, because you can't peel as a solo tank without giving up the front line. Sometimes that's worth it, and other times it's not. So like here, we don't kill the magic, and then both of their tanks now get access to our backline and just get to walk in. Same with Moon Knight. So it's you have to think of the trade-offs of like my positioning and if I'm gonna peel or frontline. And yeah, the Thor is really rough solo tanking. Okay, now usually this is like what happens in most games on this map until you get to like way higher elo is like people push overextend this way, they don't realize that it rotates, and then they die here, and then they forcibly rotate it because everybody respawns, and then we start fighting over here as we should. So if we understand once the cart hits this set of stairs, everybody needs to reposition to here, you guys will win like so many more fights. Push, push, push. Shield, shield, shield. Nice, good shield. Diamond form. Okay. Okay, fight's over. Just die or get out. Let's watch what happened. Okay, I like that we're pushing, right? Let's see. I don't mind anything that's going on here so far. I feel like you're a little bit out in the open. I'd prefer if you were like up close to here, and then you can use your shield to like cut off their supports back here and then take a little bit of more space. Because right now, because you're out in the open, this mag is able to get damage on you. Like their whole team is able to like damage you out. Whereas here you can control some of the damage. And then because you're taking damage, because the mag can push you back, what it does to your team is they only have this tiny space to work with. Which they have a Moon Knight, that's like perfect for a Moon Knight. Whereas their team, they have this stairs over here, they have access up here where the magic is, they have the health pack down here, they could even go up here, all this stuff. They have access to all of it just because of the positioning of the tanks. So like I said, scoot over here to this wall. You could even, instead of approaching here, you can approach here. Because that gives your team even more space, right? And then you're going to have to make like the actual play of like putting the shield up and pushing, which is, you know, something different though. I love your shield, but it's just too little too late. Like the magic has just free pickings. Let's watch from Magic's point of view just to really like nail this point home. How little space your team has. Like your Invis is trying to help you, but she just like doesn't have the space to do it.
This queen's reign isn't over.
A little help, please.
Hey, that's my trick.
Oh, now you're not solo tanking anymore. Great. And it's thing, so that means you no longer have to peel. You can, in like worst case scenario, or read your thing. Like if your thing is off doing this, know like, okay, he's frontlining, I can peel a little bit. Or he's in the back line, I can push a little bit. So you got to read your other tank, right? So let's see what you do. Love it, using E. Pushing in. All right, you see that your thing is pushed up. So you kind of pull back a little bit to help with the magic. Great. But yeah, we're still cramming. We're still cramming, unfortunately. Oh, this is just... Somebody, please. Thank the Lord for your thing. But good Lord, the fact that nobody on your team turned around is awful. Not your job to shoot a Moon Knight behind your line. That's a DPS job. I'm not saying that to you, but good Lord. This map's hard.
You can't be rid of me so easily, I'm afraid.
So one thing that Emma is both really bad and really good at taking space. The reason she's really bad and really good at taking space is it's based off her threat level. Her threat level when she's in diamond form is pretty darn high. Her threat level when she's at 100 charge of her left click is very high, on top of having E and survivability. So what you want to do as Emma, if you want to take space, is you want to anchor down, you want to shoot a tank or shoot anybody close until you get 100 charge, then you want to push and force them back because they're taking so much damage.
By the eye of Agamotto, the moon.
Damn. It's so rough. So yeah, I really want to like hammer this point home. Go up to here where your thing is and just pop out and use cover and shoot the strange. Shoot the strange and his shield and anybody close enough to get your Emma to 100 charge. Because then when Emma's at 100 charge, like, look at how much damage you do to this Mantis. Like, not really much of anything before you get pushed out. If you're at 100 charge, you can almost kill her. Like, it goes so fast. I like that we're not ulting. Now they've used 4 ults? Did they use 3 ults that fight? They used 3 ults that fight. And you guys didn't use any? That's really good. So you should have it.
So easily, I'm afraid.
We almost out of time, isn't he? Got us, bro. Gambit got your back.
Enough games tonight.
Oh, and now we use both support ults there? Oh, you did after you died. Good lord. That's so frustrating. Oh, Invis died as she ulted. Damn. Then their Invis ulted.
You can't be rid of me, so
And then your Gambit ulted. Yeah, that's rough. I'm glad you didn't ult. Okay, you guys are up 2 now. I would not ult here. Fine. Okay, press F. Press F. Okay, now you guys have won. I want you all the way up here. Deny them space. Deny them space. Okay, pull your shield back. You gotta pull the shield back. There we go. Go all the way up there. Like, you have a Gambit and a Cloak. They can do decent long-range healing. And you have your full shield and the shift. Choose the blue-red color. Yeah, I guess I'm weird. I forget that it's not green by default. I don't know. I like green better. I'd ult right here. There you go. Good ult. Great ult. Good stuff. Press F. Press F. You gotta be conscious of your shield. Press F. Yes, you're taking space. I love it. Keep pushing. Keep going. Keep going. Until they stop you, push. And get your charge to 100. Keep 100 charge. Press F, though. You gotta... Press F. You gotta keep your shield. You gotta... Get the shield back. Oh, it's so important. Because now you need the shield. And you don't have it full. Okay, what are we thinking? So this is what I was talking about earlier. You're going to peel and your thing is going to peel. And there's nobody to stop these tanks. They're just gonna walk right in. If you're gonna peel, you have to understand, like, what are you giving up in order to do that? The trade-off.
Frost never surrenders.
I would guess 15%.
By the eye of Agamotto.
Yeah. Thor brain, I'm usually the one peeling. Yeah. It's even on Thor, like this, the same concept applies, because Thor is kind of like Hulk, where he does both peel and frontline and dive. He kind of does everything. So you got to think like, if I go back to peel, is the front line gonna get screwed over? Are they just gonna walk? And you can also, the reverse is also true. Like if you're playing Thor and you have a magic on your team and the magic dives in and then both of the enemy tanks turn around, like your Thor brain is going, I need to push now. So like the reverse is also true. I feel like a lot of this gameplay is mostly just like you're not used to Emma, and we can tell. It's like if you're used to Emma, you're like popping up a shield over here so the Mantis or the Invis can't heal. You're cutting off one of them. Your like reactions are pretty quick with Diamond Form and the ults. You're kicking in this mag. You're getting out of the way. Like it's really hard to play like multiple tanks well if you haven't spent like a ton of time on all of them. You know? Okay, we go to portal. Good. Like the attempt. The only reason that wasn't a wasted ult is because it was the end of the game. You might as well use it. Okay, we're a bit late. That's fine. All right, where's the line? The line's pretty easy on defense, especially on this map. On lower levels, so like I'd say like GM and below, the line's right here. On high GM and above, the line's all the way back here. And then over here, like this. Don't back up, don't back up. So you have this impulse to like back up, but you're still in the open. It's much better if you go right here, because you could still shoot the mag. Your supports can still heal you, but you can choose how much damage you're taking. It's a little weird with Moon Knight, but I would try here first instead of being out in the open. Like we got to play near cover. Look at that. Look how little it took. Check this out. You're shooting at mag. He's staying here. He's staying here. He's staying here. You turn to look for half a second. Mag immediately walks forward and takes the space. That's how little it took. That's like the pressure of solo tanking. It's so tough. Oh. Oh, good, good. Look how much damage you do in 100 charge, though. Yeah, so a lot of this was just because you're a solo tank and you're trying to help in the backline, when really like the big threats that you need to deal with as a solo tank is their tanks. So if we watch this, watch what their tanks do. Right? So you turn and look, their tanks immediately push forward, which makes it to where their supports. Alright, thanks for stopping by. We'll talk another time. I really appreciate it. I hope you get better with Blade. Good stuff. So watch their tanks. Like watch what happens. Their tanks walk forward, which means their supports go from over here to over here and can actually help. They keep, now you're looking backwards, he's taking more space. Now you're actually threatening the tanks, so he has to back up. And he has to use an ability. This bubble has to be used on his other tank instead of the magic, because you're focusing the tank, right? Now we're looking back again, he pushes forward with his shield. There's just like this constant tug of war. And then we give up. Now we're focusing on these two, and watch what happens. Now these tanks, they just walk in, kill your supports, and then they turn and kill you. It's so tough. Solo tanking is brutal. And it's really hard to understand like where the threats come from. Unfortunate. Okay, don't jump in. Just walk to the left.
Help get that vehicle to its destination.
Nice. Good.
Crazy clown.
I really don't like this use of shield. I'd prefer if you were using cover. Backline was using hard pressures. I felt like I needed to help or else we'd lose. Unfortunately, since you're solo tanking, it's just not your job. Now that you have a Hulk, now you can. But like, so that's one scenario where like if people are on comms, you're like, guys, I can't peel. I have to hold front lines. Like, can DPS help peel? You know, something like that. Can you guys play patty cake? Something like that. Because, and then if they just like yell at you, like you're supposed to, then you just mute them because they're wrong. Okay, momentum ult. I like this momentum ult. That's good. It's a little bit late, but that's all right. Now get out. You guys are down 2. Uh-oh. Okay. Okay, where is safety here? The cart hasn't made it here, so your safety's still over here. You could even technically go this way, but for defense, it's a lot harder.
By the eye of
Yep.
Agamotto.
That'll work. Okay, now definitely just go in and die.
Keep going.
I'm back, and now there's hellfire to pay.
Okay, use cover over here. You're down 100 something health, 200 health, 150 health. That you don't need to be down. This mag is doing a really good job, I have to say. Oh, look to shield, look to shield. Oh, nice try. Yeah. Please bring your shield back. Bring your shield back. I like how you're playing. It's not horrible. Oh, no. The point. Okay. Your Hulk is ulting. I missed that. You're right. I'm okay with peeling here. Good stuff. Now go back to Frontline. Pull your shield back.
This arm looks priceless. I must have it.
We are undefeatable.
Damn. And now that you needed your shield, you don't have it because you didn't pull it back later. That's so unfortunate.
I'm back, and now there's
So there's an A10 concept. I don't know if you guys ever watched A10, an Overwatch content creator. He said that like, I think he said like 20%. 20% of games are just straight up unwinnable because of the matchmaking and the teammates. Even for like super GM, like Celestial Eternity players. 20% of games are just like straight up unwinnable. Right? If this is one of those games, don't worry about the loss. Only worry about like your mistakes and things that you can do better. So your backline is getting like demolished for the majority of this game, but you're solo tanking. So like there's not as much that you can do to really help with this. But there are mistakes that we can learn from. You hold your shield out when you need to pull it back. Use your diamond form a bit too aggressively. Like you're not using E as often as you could. We don't know full positioning of like where is safe, where to anchor, just things like that. So like don't worry so much about the loss. And just focus on like things that you can do better. Yeah, a lot of this is just like you're trying to help with the magic, but you don't really know how because you don't have as much Emma expertise. So it's more like I'm gonna sit where the magic can be, and I know magic has 2 portals and a dash. If I use diamond form, she's gonna dash past me, and then I'm not gonna be able to catch up with her. So I want to use diamond form when she's already in and focused on somebody else. Not bad. You have to ult here. I don't mind it. Good. Just walk forward. You have to. Yeah. Like, that's just the game here. You 100% did the right thing here, and it wasn't enough because your team is off, you know, being scared in the back line. And the reason they're scared is because you're solo tanking and the DPS aren't healing as effectively. So don't worry about the loss. Like, just focus on like the mistakes that you made and how you can get better. Does that make sense? What do you guys think? But that's gonna do it for this YouTube video. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching the YouTube video. Take care, God bless, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.